Pardon my late arrival. I had to relog in. Good morning. Happy Monday. You made it. A slight overcast morning here in Santa Fe. We're not mad. We got our iron. We're going to do the thing. How are you, friends? How's tricks? How was your weekend? Welcome to spring. Oh, good. It's working. Good morning, Angela. You got that iron nearby? Sorry, rolling on a little late this morning, but we got a good idea. We got good plans, good things. Did you celebrate your first day of spring with delight? A little getting outside, crew. A little getting outside. Living the dream. I don't exactly know why a kettlebell would do a burpee. It looks like she's doing a burpee over here, but we like her anyway. We're anti-burpee, but we're pro-kettlebell, pro-iron. I've got my trusty friend here. We'll get into it today. Yay, spring. Spring means the iron just wants to go outside. That's all. Maybe someday we'll do the show from the out of doors. But for today, team, just grabbing that iron, have it nearby. Let's warm up a little bit and then we'll get into it. Shall we? You know, on Monday, we like to go heavy, but we also like to keep it simple. So nothing too crazy today, kids. Just a few old friends. Maybe get the heart rate up, maybe a light sprinkle. A light spring drizzle. Sorry, it's a little chilly in here, but not for long, team. Not for long, that's for sure. Let's get into our old friend, the old, I refer to this as the microcosmic, just sitting a little side to side, feeling the inner thigh on that straight leg. We love this as a little warm up. You can truly let the upper body, or the arms rather, do whatever they want, but do keep the chest lifted. Right, we don't want to dump down here. We want to keep a proud chest as we warm up the legs. Yes. And then I'm going to bring it a little narrow, still a bit of a wide-ish stance. And let's find just a body weight windmill. So again, I'm going to hinge the hips back to the left. My toes are pointed slightly to the right. The side that is going back has the top arm up, and then my bottom arm is literally gliding down the front side leg. So a little more stretch now. Maybe still feel this inner thigh style, but adding that hinge here and opening up the chest. Good morning, happy Friday. Just a few gentle windmills, and then let's switch sides. So again, I'm gonna send my toes slightly. It's not a huge dramatic thing with the toes. You can adjust the feet as wide as feels necessary, but I'm gonna send the hips back, slight bend in the knees as I let that bottom arm guide down, top arm. I'm gonna keep my eye gaze high as if I did actually have something significant here. Really trying to keep the shoulders stacked on top of each other. A solid five just to wake it up, crew. Bum ba da. Oh, we love the windmill. A beautiful. I don't know, she's getting me excited. Don't let the GIF convince us to do burpees, you guys. It's a hard no. It's a hard no on burpees, just in case you didn't know this about me. Friends, to the floor. We're gonna grab our iron. So this first move here, you could totally just hit body weight. We're gonna hold a hip bridge. So we're gonna come into a hip bridge, and then I'm gonna bring my weight overhead. What? So if you wanted to get a couple warm-up hip bridges here, it just means my heels are planted near the glutes, and I'm driving through those puppies, lifting the hips as high as I can. Little squeeze of the buns at the top, but my upper body's relaxed on the floor. Yes, couple warm-up hip bridges. What we're going to do today is we're gonna hold that position and add some weight. You up for this? Are we awakes? gonna try not to run into my cage. But if you're up for it, so I'm actually gonna do a funny hold on this one. I'm gonna grab the horns upside down. So I'm bringing it onto my chest and it's upside down, if you can see that. So now I've got my weight directly overhead. I've planted my heels. I'm gonna find that hip bridge. We have a funny little move we call the skull crusher, which means I don't actually want to crush the skull or my silly hat, but I'm gonna keep the elbows high, hips lifted. So in this position, I've really got to focus on controlling it down and not actually crushing my skull. Let's go here for a big 10 crew. If you can find that focus, lift the hips a little higher, squeeze the glutes just a bit more, a bit of a counterweight. Sometimes having the weight up here helps me feel my core start to brace as well, right? If my core is loosey-goosey, my arms are gonna go just flying all over the place. I'm gonna call this an 8, and 9, uno más, the 10. Let the hips come down, and then we're gonna bring the weight to the chest and uncuddle her. Ayo! Why is that skull crusher so aggressive? First move of the day. First move of the day. Well done, team. Yeah, that wasn't actually very gentle. Shall we come to our next move? So we're gonna practice a little something before we add on to it. I just wanna practice a goblet clean. So that's just bringing the weight up the chest. I'm gonna let my hands slide around the handles. There's this moment of weightlessness, which is what is really cool about the kettlebell is you can't over grip the handle in this position. I've got to have sort of a loose grip. I'm going to rely on the strong legs, of course, to drive this off the ground. All my hands have to do is slide around the handle and then finish with the elbows nice and tight by our side. So maybe a little while since we've played with the goblet clean. Dun, dun, dun. But if you've got a kettlebell of any size here, again, we're driving through the heels. We're gonna lock out the hips, and then she's just gonna land at the chest, elbows by her side. So see if you can really keep it as close to the body as possible. If you are the owner of a set of some of these, sometimes it's hard not to clip the ladies. Just be careful there, team. Just be careful. I have a very small set. And sometimes it just gets close, but as close as you can, that is comfortable. Elbows in. Yes! Straight up the body is the idea. We're gonna go for a big 10 here. Just warming up the whole dang body, yes. So the work that happens in the arms is really at the top. Just this holding on position at the top and landing there, right? My shoulders are lit up. I swear, I would never do bicep curls. I do bicep curls every once in a while, but this is mostly where the biceps pop out. Bam! Just by holding on to this heavy thing. This heavy thing at the top. You ladies, I mean, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. All the ladies deserve a workout. Just gentle with the clearance there, goblets. It is the case for the single arm clean, but I wanted to practice the two-handed clean today. Letting both hands be very helpful. Okay, so now that we practiced that one, we're gonna set it aside for a moment. We will revisit. We're gonna come back down to that hip bridge position. This time, we're gonna do the pullover. I know I do the pullover all the time. We loves a lot, so this time, as you bring it on to the body, plant the heels, lift the weight and lift the hips. Now, we're gonna keep the arms as straight as you can. So only go back as far as you feel like you have control or run into your furniture in the house there. Again, overhead, using your strong back muscles to pull it back to center here, but keeping those hips high. Yes. Very good, very good. Going for that big 10 crew. I don't know why I love this move so much, but it's quite satisfying. Maybe it's because my head and my shoulders get to stay resting on the floor. Gonna do just 3 more here. Pulling it over. 3, 2, last 1. Sit her down. Roll her off the body. Boom! There we go, there we go. All right. Body getting a little warm. Shall we get into ye classic kettlebell swing? So let's start just as we did with the goblet, very two-handedly here. So our hips are lit up. We just did 2 moves where we fired that top position, right? That's the same lockout that we want at the top of the kettlebell swing. Yes, friends, being patient with that upper body. Remember, we only want the bells to come up to about shoulder height, and then let gravity bring it back down. Once the upper arms are in contact with the little ribcage here, then and only then do we pop those hips back and reload the cannon. Pardon me. Little breakfast. My cannon's made of delicious apples. Friends, let's just start with a gentle 12 here. I'm gonna grab slightly bigger friend. So those first few moves were very much about team light stuff, but I'm spoiled rotten, and we're gonna go just a little heavier. We're gonna go for the number 10. Number 10, taking our time, finding the breath. We like a strong exhale with that hip block out. Yes, yes, yes. Tilted toward ya, let's do it. How you feeling? Well done, crew. Well done. Just a bright early swing for you guys. Of course, it's 7:30 here, but perhaps 9:30 in your East Coast lifestyle. So basically, a proper time to get right into it. So friends, 2 options here. We're gonna hit that windmill one more time. You could call it mobility and keep it body weight style. You could call it very advanced, loading it with 1 kettlebell overhead. Again, I would only do this very lightly, and or you could play with a light household object. You could do the old water bottle windmill we love. Actually, that's just fantastic in the sense that the water sloshes around. Or even, a very light dumbbell for this one. We don't want to overload the windmill if you're not familiar with that shoulder rotation. It's pretty dynamic, but your local maniac is gonna load this windmill just 5 each side. So if I were doing kettlebell style, cleaning up on one side, pressing all the way overhead, again, I'm gonna hinge back to this side that's loaded. So I'm gonna have my toes pointing away from the side. Really keep your eyes on the weight. Let that top arm glide down. Yes, windmill will obvious. So for the shoulders. There's 2. We're just going for a 5 here. Take your time. Truly letting that bottom arm be the guide in this sort of blind hinge. Eyes on the weight. Stack, stack, stack. Just 1 more here. Oh, it feels so good. Feels so strong. Bam! Back to the collarbone. And back to the floor. Lovely windmill, so graceful. So graceful, this iron. Again, keep it body weight, keep it very mobility oriented. If you've never tried to load that before, it's kind of something you do not want to rush into, much like this swing. But friends, you've already decided what you're doing. Let's hit it on the other side. Again, I'm just gonna clean it up, press it all the way overhead. Really keep the eye gaze on that heavy thing. Mighty important. Toes facing the opposite direction as my hips go back. Again, you can adjust the distance that the feet are apart from each other. It's so somewhat personal preference. You don't want to take it too wide, but you also don't want to take it too narrowly. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Ooh, there's 3. Let's just get 2 more, team. Ra-ta-ta. Tall, tall, tall. With that stack, last one here. Oh, the wind mill action. Ha ha. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. We're coming back down to the ground. Don't you worry. So friends, we did a hip bridge with a skull crusher. Skull crusher is a little tricep move getting to the back arm. And then we did the pull over, which can be a little tricep, but it's more back. So now let's alternate between the two. Won't clip any ladies in this move. So we'll do 1 skull crusher and then 1 pull over. So we'll find just this little position here and then that full overextension. But on the floor, team, on the floor, I'm back to my lighter weight. Again, I'm gonna very safely roll it onto the body upside down. So I grab the horns. The butt of the weight is actually high. I'm holding onto the side handles, lifting up the hips, starting with 1 skull crusher. I'm gonna knock my hat off. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't knock it off this hard. And then hit that pull over. So with control, alternating between the 2, elbows stay right where they are. And then straight arm, straight-ish. You can have a light bend in the elbow with the pull over, but it's a pretty straight arm there. Getting into your back muscles, keeping those hips high. There we go, there I clipped my hat. I almost did my hair this morning, you guys. Ha! Excellent, excellent, long arms. Oh, I actually did meditate this morning. I loved your meme about screaming instead of meditating, Angela. I'm not against it. I truly think a good scream is very therapeutic. Let's just do 2 more. A little tricep, a little back, a little tricep, a little back. Drop those hips, weight to the chest, and roll it off of the body. Oh, so nice, so nice. Ah, my affection for the iron might be unhealthy. Hi, how are we feeling? We're just very efficient. We're just putting things together, team. Let's clean it up, goblet style, straight up the body, and then we're gonna add 1 piece there. 1 piece there. If you're game, team, again, if you're not familiar with the clean, it takes a lot of practice. It's not a learn it in 1 day situation, but I know some of you out there are very pro with the kettlebell, so we're gonna bring it up to the chest, and we're gonna take a lateral step. So, if you're just waking up, if you're just starting to move the body, it might be a small step. If you feel like a flippin' champion and you have incredible hip mobility, you might take a giant step and get super low. Choose your own adventure, team. Listen to that body, because I can't see it on the other side of this screen. But again, if we're cleaning it up, it's gonna start with the handle between the arches of the feet. I'm gonna have those elbows in at the top, right? Now that I'm loaded, I can take a little step to the side. Coming out nice and tall, I'm gonna re-clean it each time. So bring it all the way back down to the floor, back up to the chest, and now I'm gonna step out to the other side. I'll feel a little bit of a stretch in that inner thigh, but mostly I'm keeping the weight in the heel of that bent knee leg. Yes? Here's second one on the other side. Let's go for 5 of each. So 10 total. Nice and solid at the chest. Over to the first side. Yes. Elbows in, elbows in. Ah, really pressing out of that outside leg. Again, only taking it as wide as you feel like you have control. Woohoo! I think this is the forest. Let's just do 1 more each side. Bada bing. Yes, yes, yes. Very nice, team. Last one. Just taking a little step out. Chest stays lifted. And then we let it go. Bam! Fantastic. Fantastic. Friends, I don't love lunges, but I try to sneak in different flavored almost lunges. One could call that a lateral lunge. Certainly I love a single leg strength moves. But keeping pressure out of the knees. The crucial point there is mostly keeping weight in the heels. If you got knee stuff, you're not wrong. You can always hold on to a little something for support. But friends, shall we get back to our swing? Let's swing it once more. Again, I'm very spoiled. I'm gonna grab my big boy. You can swing whatever you got. Whatever you got is perfect. Whatever you have is perfect. We're gonna stick with the number 10 because that's lovely. It's nice and well-rounded. 10 swings here. And then we'll just finish out. We'll finish out with a few cutenesses. Yes, you ready for this? Got the breath on board. Again, strong exhale as we lock out. Trying to keep those lats down at the top. Don't let the bell pull the shoulders forward. We gotta lock it in. Proud posture. Fantastico. Big 10, big 10, big 10. Let's hit it, boss. Boom. There it is. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 2. Nothing like it. Nothing like a kettlebell swing on a Monday. They don't get old. They don't get old, friends. Always gets the heart rate going. Always gets the joy button going. To swing a little bit of iron and feel the whole body engage the muscles. So I'm gonna do one more round of those windmills. Again, playing with very lightweight. Whatever you've got is perfect. But certainly don't put something crazy heavy up there if you're not really familiar with this movement. It's pretty dynamic on the shoulder, right? We're asking for this very fantastic rotation from that shoulder. So we don't want to rush into any rotation that the shoulder is not used to, but the shoulder's fantastic. Hey, it's a lot of angles and a lot of stability. Working the windmill crew. 5 on each side. When you're ready, popping it up, pressing it tall. Again, my hips are gonna go back. I'm gonna keep the eyes high as that bottom arm glides down the front leg. Again, a little bit of balance challenge even as we hinge over. Such good training for real life. Grabbing things at awkward angles. Is that 4? Was that 3? I don't know, but I can certainly tell whether or not I put on deodorant this morning. Yes! Back to the collarbone. Back to the floor. But you can't, thank goodness. That is the beauty of the internet. You can't smell my teeth. Although I have been known to shower before a Zoom client. I don't know why, it just feels like the right thing to do. All right, crew, last time on the other arm. Again, nice and tall here. Bring it up to the rack position, all the way overhead. Adjust that stance so it feels natural, or as natural as can be. Hips back on that loaded side, front side arm. Glides down the front leg. Woo, yeah! Tall, open chest. Boom, solid, rock solid team. There's 3, zip 4, high, and 5, little windmills. No one growls when they say the word windmill except for this maniac. You did it! Woohoo! Let's do one more set on the floor. Tricep, skull crusher to pull over, yes. Alternating between the two. Let's just hit 10 total with your lightish weight. Again, tricep, small muscle group, tricep very small muscle group, but it might be very strong in you, friend. Very, very likely. Cuddling your friend. If you don't have a kettlebell, if you're just holding on to something, some dumbbell, that's perfect, team. That's fantastic. But we love these cute little handles. They're just the best. Planting the heels, lifting the hips, one skull crusher, tap your hat, and then long arms all the way back to center. Skull crusher. Here's the 2 and the 2. Again, keeping those hips so high. Getting a little glute activation the whole time. Oops, I sort of split the difference there. Again, bending the elbows only in the skull crusher. Long arms with that pullover. Ding! Bada bing! I might do one for extra credit. I got lost. Let's call this extra credit. Yes, yes, last. Pull it back to center. Drop the hips, bring the weight to the chest, and uncuddle your friend. Nothing like it. Nothing like it, team. All right, in observation of time, let's just go straight to the swing. Let's just knock out that swing, yes? 10 swings, whatever you're swinging. I love you Latskis. Let's hit it, crew. Big 10, strong breath. And then I'll let you about to your Monday. A nice spring day in the marches. The 22nd of March. Wow, friends. Time really does keep going. Weight in the heels, hips back, keeping that chest up, tilted towards you. Let's do it. A pleasure as always, crew. Thank you joining. Thank you for joining us here. I still got some St. Patty's Day left in me, apparently. Just remember, we'll never do burpees unless a cute sticker does them, and then that's fine. That's fine. Friends, let me know how you doing. You can always send me a DM if you have requestos. You know, Wednesday, we'll hit those bands because we love the stretchies. Extra good. Iron and rubber, it's all part of the magic sauce, crew. Have a great rest of your Monday. And team, we'll hit it on Wednesday. Same cat time, same cat channel. Okay, bye.